Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another DC review, and in this DC review, I'll be covering Superman issue 5 by Williamson and by Porter, Superboy, Man of Tomorrow, which follows Connor Kent. So I'll now get things organized for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So as we start things off, we'll be beginning with Superman issue 5. And first things first, does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough, it does. To which I give the cover a 7 out of 10. It's now time to move into having a look at the internal art as well as what's happening story-wise, as it does have the character of Silver Banshee in the story, and also what's happening with her character. So as the story begins, we get a bit of a flashback as to how Jimmy Olsen came to pretty much get to know Silver Banshee and, in essence, get into a bit of a relationship with her. And then we finally move to the present as to what is presently happening with the character in the story. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, Superman encounters Dr. Farmer, spelt with a PH, not a F, and one of the things that he's doing, along with what they're doing with Dr. Graft, and whilst this is occurring, we have also learned that due to what takes place in the story, Superman has temporarily lost his important sense of hearing, and we do learn that it is temporal. It won't last forever, so as far as we know, it might not return until next issue, maybe even the next issue after that, and we'll soon find out after the Night Terror events, of course. And we also get to see what is happening with Lex Luthor in the penitentiary. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the story rating. So first things first, did we get any comic book references? No, we didn't. The area of time, which was addressed in this, we had morning and now being used. The next thing is locations, which most of this is taking place in Metropolis, though it probably wouldn't have hurt to include the additional places, such as where they went to with the diner, or the restaurant. On top of that, the state penitentiary where Lex Luthor is, and if anything's changed, even if he's gone to a new prison cell. Last but not least, cast of characters. We had Jimmy Olsen, Silver Banshee, and of course the Banshees. We had Lex Luthor, Dr. Farm, Dr. Graft, Mercy, and last but not least, Lois. For the overall story rating in this, I give it a 7.5 out of 10, as it was actually nice to see something a little bit different happen to Superman. And basically seeing Superman, what it's like to live as a human without super hearing in this particular issue. And I think that's really clever in the story. Whether it's actually the first time it's happened in comics or not, I don't know. But you know what? I did enjoy the story. So now it's time to move into Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow. So as we move into Superboy, Man of Tomorrow, does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that's happening inside of the story? In some essence, it is, but overall rating is a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into what is happening internally with the art, and also what's happening story-wise, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So as the story begins, we end up at a different planet in the sphere of things, with the character of Superboy here. And of course he's working with the Cosmeteers. Many are helpful, or many are thankful and enjoy helping him out. as we can see by the art here. Now to jump towards the middle of the story. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we have Superboy hanging out with one of the Cosmeteers named Trav, and we actually learn that he's also doing some things too on the side, and of course comes off as a little bit shady. And as we start to move towards the end, we encounter one of the Green Lanterns that are in this sphere as they are investigating also something that is happening where these Cosmeteers and where the Dominators have been. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the story. So what do we get time-wise? First we get 2 weeks later, and then after that we have later, used once, and then used again. So 2 times after that. The key location, the next area is location, to which it takes place in deep space. We do get a number of planets to which these characters go to, such as planet Zolgaria, planet Ondano, which also is seen again at the end of the book, and planet Decider. The key cast of characters consisting of General Brutak, the Cosmeteers, Connor Kent, Superboy, Trav, and last but not least, the Dominators, and also one of the Green Lanterns. Overall rating for this, I did feel that the story was lacking a little bit, so I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.